I'm Arthur Moats, and I'm here to tell you about my new book, The Moats Theory of Life. If you haven't picked up a copy yet, I strongly encourage you to. This book not only is a fun read, but it's a guide to helping you become a person of impact and inspiration. If you are ready to take the next step to improving not only your life, but those around you as well, go get a copy of The Moats Theory of Life, and it's available at moatstheory.com. What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, man?
Chilling, man. How you feeling today, man?
I'm good.
Great day to be alive, bro.
It is. It's beautiful out.
It is, bro. It is. I'm just peeping you, man. You went back to the flannel with the jerseys on today.
Exactly.
Shout out to C. Weber, man. I like it.
King C. Weber, yes.
I like it. I mean, that's the only C. Weber that counts.
Dude, I don't know, man. Warriors, he was sick. Bullets, he was sick.
Nah, it wasn't the Kings, though, bro. Kings was nasty.
I agree.
He was nasty.
Dude, he was nice on those squads.
Yeah, he was nice. No, I mean, C. Webb was a nice player, Hall of Famer. But he was nasty.
He actually had an underrated season on the Sixers even, too.
Listen, he was nasty with the Kings.
I agree.
I don't want to hit this underrated. I don't want to hit this sneaky good. He was nasty with the Kings, bro. Period.
I just think you're disrespecting his Warriors and Bullets.
I'm just saying they don't hold versus the Kings. That's all I'm saying.
True.
But so what we talk about?
Because you said the only C. Webb.
That's the only one that matters.
Oh, man.
What are we talking about?
I mean, he had to become that C. Webb.
Bro, I don't want to hear none of that. C. Webb with the Kings. The rest of it don't matter.
He had really good years on those.
Really good years versus C. Webb. Like,
I wouldn't even be surprised if some of those statistical years on those.
I don't want to hear none of that.
Are better than this.
I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that.
I'm just telling you.
The same way Kevin Love with the Cavs versus Kevin Love with the Timberwolves. Statistically, hey man, with the Timberwolves, they were nice. But Kevin Love with the Cavs is Kevin Love. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Whoa. What?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He was better on the T-Wolves.
No, he wasn't. He was getting garbage stats with the T-Wolves.
Come on. It is definitely two different styles of play.
Yeah, one you're down 20, so it's easy to get 20 and 20. One you playing for championships.
It's really hard to debate who's better.
I'm not comparing C. Love. I'm not comparing Kevin Love to C. Webb.
Which Kevin Love was better? I'm sorry.
I think the one that was playing for championships. That's what I'm saying. Anyone can do it when there's no pressure on. When there's no pressure on, it's easy to do it. It's easy to get buckets with no pressure. When that pressure's on, when you playing against the best of the best with all the chips on the table, yeah, it's a lot different. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not really gonna disagree with you there, but I mean, his T-Wolves years were really impressive.
Really impressive when you're getting beat by 20. It doesn't matter. You say it all the time, right? Stat padding. That's your go-to, right?
That was Breeze,
stat padding. Yeah,
that's Breeze.
Stat padding.
He didn't really have much with the T-Wolves, though. I don't know how much of it's stat padding.
We're not even going down that line today. Because today, what we came to talk about...
I'll give you the Cavs, though. I'll give you that.
What we came to talk about today... before we go on down this hole for another 30 minutes... NFL.com. Shout out to them again. They coming through with the gems, man. Major gems. They released an article ranking the quarterback draft classes, starting at 2000. From anywhere from 2000 on, they ranked all the classes, man. So first off, what we'll do is I'll just read off the rankings.
Okay.
And then from there...
All 20?
Yeah, just to let people know where they fall at. And then from there,
we're doing our top 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, I was about to say that, bro. God, no, man. Relax. You gotta relax. You got to relax.
I didn't know if we were
Deke is on one right now, ladies and gentlemen. Deke came in, he was a little flustered. He was like, yo, where's this at? Where's that at? Deke been all over the place before this episode has started, man. He a little worked up.
I left my phone in my car.
He's like, yo, I need my notes. These my notes on the phone. I'll be right back. I gotta go. I'm like, yo, Deke, you good, bro? Chill.
I got my notes and my Pro Football Reference. That's all I need.
You gotta relax, man. All right, so the article was written by Mark Sessler. I think I say his name, Sessler. Shout out to Mark. So starting at number 20, because it's 20 classes all in all. Obviously, this is year 2020 coming up. Mm-hmm. Or actually in 2020, the 2020 draft will be coming up in a week. So it started out with The number one, I'm just start first and go all the way back.
Whoa.
Yeah, why not? So the number one class was 2004.
Yes.
Number two was 2012. And I'll just give you a couple of the highlights of each class. So 2004, they highlighted Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, Big Ben, and Matt Schwab. Matt Schaub. I'm tripping. The number two class was 2012. That has Andrew Luck, RG3, Tannehill, Russell Wilson, Nick Foles, Kirk Cousins, Brock Osweiler.
Case Keenum undrafted.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see him up there. He is up there. Then the third class was 2017 with Mitch Trubisky, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. They have Deshaun Kaiser in here, Josh Dobbs, Nathan Peterman's in there, Chad Kelly, and Taysom Hill. He's in there. Nick Mullins, he had a little bit in San Fran. The number four class was 2005 with Alex Smith, Aaron Rodgers, Jason Campbell. Who was up here? Charlie Fry, Dan Orlovsky, Kyle Orton, Derek Anderson, Matt Castle, and Ryan Fitzpatrick. I like him. All right, the number five class was 2001 with Mike Vick, Drew Brees, Quincy Carter. They had Sage Rosenfeld, AJ Feely, Chris Winkie, some of the names. Jesse Palmer's up there. The number six class, 2003. Carson Palmer, Byron Leftwich, Kyle Bowler, Rex Grossman, Seneca Wallace, Ken Dorsey, Tony Romo, and Cliff Kingsbury is up here. Whoa.
Come on.
Just snuck in there. I didn't even see that.
I didn't see that either. So no.
All right. The number seven class was 2008. That has Matt Ryan, Joe Flacco, Chad Henne, Brian Brom, actually former teammate of mine, Dennis Dixon. Shout out former Steeler, former teammate of mine in Buffalo. Let's see who else. Matt Flynn. Dang, he's actually former teammate of mine as well. This is crazy. All right. Let's see what else we have. The number eight class, 2018. Baker Mayfield, that's Deke's boy. Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, Lamar Jackson, Mason Rudolph. Okay, Mason. Was this who else is up here? Kyle Allen. Dang, they really just going, okay, all right. Enough names. All right. Then the number nine class, 2016 with Jared Goff, Deke's boy Carson Wentz, Paxton Lynch, Christian Hackenberg, Cody Kessler, Jacoby Brissett, Dak Prescott, Cardale Jones. Let me see who else is up here.
Jeff Driscoll, maybe.
Yeah, you throw him up there. All right. The number 10 class, we got Cam Newton, Blaine Gabbert, Christian Ponder, Jake Locker, Andy Dalton, Colin Kaepernick, Ryan Mallett, Tyrod Taylor. Shout out to the crib, 757 right there. Greg McElroy, Terrell Pryor. Okay. And let's see who else. TJ Yates. He had a little bit down there in Houston. All right. Let's see. The number 11 class is 2014. And with that, we got Blake Bortles, Johnny Manziel. You love Johnny football. That was your boy. All right. Teddy Two Gloves, Teddy Bridgewater, Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo, Logan Thomas. Let's see who else. Aaron Murray, AJ McCarron, Zach Mettenberg, former teammate as well. All right. Taj Boy, 757 in the house. Okay. I like what I'm seeing so far. The number 12 ranked draft class is the 2000 class. Chad Pennington, Mark Bolger, Tom Brady. That's about it. That's about it from that class.
I mean, you can recognize the names if you ever watched that Brady 6 documentary.
Yeah,
that's about it. If you didn't watch that, you would have no clue.
Yeah. The number 13 class is 2019 with Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins, Drew Lock, Will Greer, Ryan Finley, Jarrett Stidham. Future starting quarterback of the New England Patriots.
I don't know about that.
Gardner Minshew, Devlin Duck Hodges, Trace McSorley. Duck is up there as a notable undrafted, man. He got some dubs, bro. Give him some love. All right. The number 14 class is 2015 with Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Brett Hundley, Trevor Siemian, Bryce Petty. Yeah. Okay.
They're that low on the list for a reason.
Yeah, but it's funny because they still ranked above some of these classes with some very notable people.
I know.
So the 15 class is 2006 with Vince Young, former teammate of mine, Matt Leinart, Jay Cutler, Tavares Jackson, rest in peace, former teammate as well. Brad Smith, former teammate is mine. Let's see who else. Bruce Gradkowski, shout out to Bruce. Another former
Wait, when were you teammates with Vince Young?
Buffalo.
No way.
Yeah, man, right after the Dream Team year. Yeah, matter of fact, we were up there together when he had the lawsuit filed against him for he was taking out the loans during the lockout and stuff. They say he was going to get Cheesecake Factory. I think they say he was getting like a couple $100s for Cheesecake Factory every day. Took out like this crazy loan and wasn't paying it back. So literally, like the people, they weren't loan sharks. I forgot who they were, but they came up to the practice facility one day looking for Vince.
No way.
Yes, dude. We were like, what the heck is going on? It was crazy.
What happened?
Shoot, this our team security like got him up out of there.
Okay.
Yeah. But they was like really at the door, like, yo, he owes money. We tired of running around. There's a couple $1 million he owed him. Yeah. Never forget that.
Damn.
We were like, yo, this is nuts.
Damn.
Yes, bro.
That's interesting.
Yes, indeed, man. So that a lot of guys in that class, man, that I had a chance to team up with. All right. The 16th class is 2009. Matthew Stafford, Mark Sanchez, Josh Freeman, Pat White. Let's see, who else do we have up here? Chase Daniel, Brian Hoyer. Me, used to have the same age. Cool cat. Curtis Painter, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. 17 class. It's 2010. Shout out to 2010. That was one of the best draft classes ever. I don't know if you know that, man.
Not quarterback.
Nah, not quarterback. I mean, they do got some big wins, though. Sam Bradford, former teammate of mine. Tim Tebow.
Get out of here.
And you know, it's funny because that's the picture. If you look at the article, right above the article, they got a picture of that particular AFC wildcard play. Demaryius Thomas.
Ike Taylor.
Shout out to the homie Ike. Ike, man, he clearly tunes in, man. He had some comments about our rankings in terms of the DBs. Man, it was all love, though.
We did an IG video for our number 3 cornerbacks. And
he said somebody had the NyQuil on him.
I said, well, you. I mean, you
he
had
said
Woodruff.
you.
No, you had Woodruff.
I had Woodruff, but in terms of why, and then when you spoke on him, you were speaking of Joe in a 3 year sense versus Ike's whole career. What said, don't NyQuil me, man. Don't sleep on me.
Hey, but he was like, all love, though.
It is, man, because that's Ike, man.
No beef.
Coolest cat out, man. We're going to have to get him on the show,
But anyway, I mean, I did say he was really underrated. I was praising him. That's
you did.
That's just how good Joe is. That's all.
Did. Oh, all right. We're not going down there. All right, so the 2010 class, though, is the 17th ranked class. And that includes Sam Bradford, Tim Tebow. Like I said, he got a playoff win, man. It was crazy. Jimmy Clausen, Colt McCoy. Shout out to Colt and Debo. Jesus, because James Harrison, I thought he killed that boy. Yeah. John Skelton, Jonathan Crompton.
Jeez, man.
Joe Webb. Shout out to Joe.
He
Tony Pike. Yeah, Levi Brown. That was drafted me in Buffalo. Zach Robinson. Whew. Man, these
are some college names here.
They were like college wise, they made buzz.
Yeah.
But not so much in the NFL. All right, the number 18 class is 2002. David Carr, Joey Harrington. You remember he was on the cover of NCAA, bro? Like he was that Oregon dude. Yep. Yeah. Josh McCown, David Garrard. Man, let's see who
David Garrard's probably the best one in this class.
He's the only one that's highlighted too, bro.
him and Josh McCown.
Whoa. Shout out to my dog, Ronald Curry, 757 legend. 757 legend, man. Even though it was crazy he got drafted as a quarterback, he ended up switching to receiver, man. But he was that dude, man. Let's see. Chad Hutchinson, Sean Hill. That was a little rough.
Yeah.
All right, the 19 class.
This one's worse.
It's 2013. Shout out EJ Manuel. Crib, 757, former teammate of mine. Didn't really work out in Buffalo. Geno Smith, Mike Glennon, Matt Barkley. Man, Mike was my teammate too. Jeez, it's crazy. I done played with a lot of bad quarterbacks. You see why I have so much experience when we rank quarterbacks. You see the plethora of quarterbacks I played with?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Mike Glennon, Matt Barkley, Ryan Nassib, Landry Jones. Shout out to Landry, another former teammate of mine, man.
Landry might be the best on this list.
Dude, it's really looking like that. I mean, Mike Glennon's probably had more career games than Landry, but Landry's definitely had the most success. But I think Landry's had the better team that he's been on as well. I think that factors in.
I think you can be like Charlie Batch. You could be a success, considered a success for just being that steady backup, but coming in, getting those wins.
I'm not gonna go small sample. I know you're big on small sample size. You'll take a guy that got 2 crazy games over a guy that's played 10 years of just consistency. That's just how you roll, man. We know this. We've already talked about that.
It all depends.
For me, man,
there's levels.
Give me the consistency, man. I don't like small sample size. I need to know what you truly are. All right, let's see. We got Matt McGloin, BJ Daniels. Yeah. All right, and then the last class, the 20th ranked class, is 2007.
Wow.
Talk about sipping on that scissor. Jamarcus Russell. Brady Quinn. Shout out to Brady, man. He's doing his thing, man, with SiriusXM, man. I came on with him a couple of times. Kevin Cobb, former teammate of mine as well.
What were you talking, college football?
No, he talks like NFL and college.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's that dude, man. Yeah, Kevin Cobb, former teammate of mine. Drew Stanton, he's famous for the little highlight, doing his little dance on the sideline with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Trent Edwards, former teammate of mine. That was a crazy situation there, too.
Yep.
Troy Smith. He was a legend. Jordan Palmer. Tyler Thigpen, another former teammate of mine. Matt Moore. Shout out to Bud Dupree. Dude. So, that's the top 20 list, man.
Yep.
I don't know if it's good or bad that I played with that many of these quarterbacks on this list, especially the ones that were in the back end of this list, bro.
Well, you got the one.
I mean, I had to play
the number one in the number one draft class. So
and then I got.
Other than that,
say that again?
Number one draft class.
Oh, I thought you said I have the number one as the number one draft class. I know what you meant.
What? I don't actually probably I don't know if that made sense at all. You had the number one quarterback in the number one draft class.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying he's the number one quarterback in that class?
Oh yeah, easily.
We'll talk about it. We can definitely talk about it.
Come on, dude. There's no discussion.
Hey, I ain't messing with you, man. But yeah, so with all that being said, gosh, I don't know how I feel about that, man. Like, sheesh.
What?
I've had some hardship, man. Hey.
Are you having some like PTSD right now?
I feel like I low key am. I'm thinking about these different quarterbacks that I've experienced in games, in preseason games, in OTA practices and training camp practice, like, and just sitting here like, man, that dude was that dude. And then you're impressing me like something missing. Just ain't adding up. Like it's certain times like when you be out there with Ben in practice, you just know like, all right, it's a cut above anything you ever seen. Like regardless of you could play your best play, it's like, man, I ain't got no answer for that. Devin Bush, he talked about it before, right? He said, man, I was welcome to the NFL moment. I'm playing against Ben and we're doing 7 shots and he literally scored 7 times on me in a row. I felt that because I know that. And you're like, dude, I'm locked down. Like my guy isn't open and the ball is just magically getting to this spot where nobody can get it. It's crazy.
What was the worst in terms of the type of pass? Would they do fade balls over? Like what was the one that would make you most mad?
I think for me, back shoulder. Any back shoulder fade just makes me so pissed because it's like to complete the back shoulder fade, that means that I was in perfect coverage for the typical goal ball, the typical jump ball fade, right? Because you taught as a defender, you want to have body contact, your body's next to that receiver, but you're playing on the upfield shoulder because you know that ball, they're trying to put it in that corner, that back pylon. That's where you always see the trash can where they're throwing the ball into the trash can. That's the throw. So you're taught as a defender, like, okay, I got to get body on them. I got to stay high so that way I can make that play. But when they throw the back shoulder, and they got to do it right because if you throw the back shoulder and it's too far out of bounds, the receiver doesn't have a chance. If you throw it too far inside, because I already got body position on them, I can get the interception. But like I said, you have to be playing up top because you can't guard back shoulder and up top. If you try to play both, you're going to get killed in either one. So you got to commit. So it's like, all right, I'm committed to the top half of it. And then before you know it, it's like, why is this receiver just at the last minute, or this tight end in this case, at the last minute, just dropping back like that? He just drops back, catches the ball, and he's like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this is perfect coverage. There's no reason why that pass, why would you even look to throw that pass? Then, of course, you got a couple of the jump balls where there's been time with like Jesse James, for example. Obviously, Jesse's like 6'7". Now, anybody ask him 6'4", 260 pounds. We're not going to tell you the real height and weight, but just know that's what I go by. You know what I mean? So it's been a couple of times that it didn't throw the ball. I'm on Jesse. I'm like, okay, Jesse, I got you. And he puts it in the middle of the goalpost. Not the crossbar, like the middle of the goalpost. Jesse go up again. I'm like, bro, I got 36.5 inch vertical. I'm not jumping to the middle of this goalpost, bro. It's not happening. But that's the type of stuff to make you frustrated.
Yeah.
So when Devin said what he said, it's like, bro, I feel you. Because I know this feeling. And it sucks. The rest of these quarterbacks, they ain't doing that, man. The rest of these quarterbacks, they get a pass on you, you mad. You like, bro, that was lucky. You got lucky. You throw it over here, get them a picket. I'm telling you now. And these conversations have been had before. But man, I'm just thinking about some of these guys. I'm like, boy, this is, it's hard times out here.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't know what the experience is like, but
Yeah, man.
I mean, especially as a fan, we've talked about this before. I've had Ben for how many years here?
Yeah, must be nice, man.
So I told you last year was, I mean, people that are around my age
Yeah.
that, were really starting to get into Steelers whenever we drafted Big Ben. Last year was awkward. It was just a disaster.
Yeah, bro.
We just didn't know what to do.
And that's what I'm telling you the whole time, man. Like, bro, I can evaluate the heck out of some quarterbacks, baby. Because I done seen them all. Running quarterbacks, prototypical quarterbacks, make a slinger right hand, left hand, running quarterback, athlete at quarterback that think is an athlete, not really an athlete playing quarterback, guy who could throw the ball but can't read, guy who can make every throw but scared to take chance, so he checks it down every time. I done seen it all, man.
Who's the athlete that's not an athlete?
I'm not naming names, bro. I'm not going to do that, because this is the thing. As I stated numerous times, it's like when you play with a guy, like, you get a bond with him, regardless of how close y'all may be. Like, you always have that bond. So for me, it's like, I'm never gonna just get up here and diss on any of those dudes like that, man, because they're bond, that brotherhood, man.
That would be fun. That was a funny statement you made there.
It's the truth, man. Because some guys, they think they like got it, and you're like, nah, bro, they like that. Like, you think it is, but it's not. It just is what it is, man.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
So
we always joke about it, though, man. It's all good.
Do we want to go through this top 5?
Yeah, man. So let's start out, man. We're going to start with the number 1 class. Obviously, I guess what we'll do is this. I'll go my top 5, you do your top 5, and then we'll go off of that. So my top 5, obviously, number 1, I was with 2004.
Okay.
My number 2 class is 2012.
Yep.
My number 3 class is 2001. My 4 class is 2005. And then my 5th class is 2008. What are your 5?
Who's 2008?
2008, Matt Ryan, Flacco.
What?
Go, what's yours?
I don't even have them like in my notes for something to consider here.
All right, let's go.
Come on, man.
Come on. You do this every time. I say, read your 5. I'm going to read my 5, and then we're going to talk about it. I said it with DBs. I said it with running backs. As soon as I get going, you don't even read your... What? Bro, I could easily say read yours off first, and then I do that. No, man. Read yours off, and then we're going to talk. Come on, man.
All right. I got...
Jeez.
All right. 041. Yeah, I'm with you on the top 3. 04 is number 1. 2012 is 3 or 2. Jeez, oh man. 2001 is Vic. Vic and Breeze at 3. This is where I struggle. I still don't. Oh my goodness. See.
Come on, man. What are you doing?
It's a tough one here,
bro. Just drop them.
This is a tough one.
It ain't that hard.
I will stick with 17 with Mahomes and Watson.
Oh, at 4, okay.
It's tough though.
Okay.
And then I'm debating 05 and 2000 for the 5th.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, no matter what, I'll probably stick with 05 for the 5th. But I just wanted to say that 2000 is just ranked way too low. 2000 should be probably ranked 6 on here.
Okay.
Between 5 or 6. I just wanted to let people know. What do they have him as? 11?
For which class?
The Brady class.
Brady class.
Hold on here.
Give me 1 second. They are no, not 11. They're
12.
12. Yeah.
Yeah, they should be like 6. I just wanted to throw that out there. They got.
And why is that? Just because Brady?
Well, yeah, you got Brady,
Mark Bolger,
carrying the load,
and Chad Pennington.
Those 2 dudes aren't that bad.
Compared to who?
Bolger has 2 Pro Bowls, and then Pennington had a halfway solid career. For the case of this argument, I'll say that, even though I think sometimes he kind of sucked.
All right.
I mean, they got the one class 2016 with like Goff and Wentz and Dak. I mean, Brady. Whenever you're comparing him to their top quarterback, that's a decent amount of difference. Okay. And then you throw in Mark Bolger and Pennington. So let's say for that class, for example, I'm getting off the rails here, but you have Carson Wentz as your top guy. Brady versus Wentz, it's not even close. And then you have Goff and Prescott versus Bolger and Pennington. Is that much of a difference to make up versus Brady and Wentz?
Well,
Bolger's
I would rather have Wentz and Prescott than Bolger and Pennington. Me personally.
No. Wentz is one. I said Wentz is one. So Goff and Prescott.
I would still rather have Goff and Prescott than Pennington and Mark Bolger.
To make up for the difference of Brady
Absolutely.
versus Wentz.
I would.
I don't know about that. But I just wanted to, that's my thinking. I just wanted to throw that out there.
That's fine, man.
I had to stick up for my boy Brady.
Oh, that's your boy Brady. Okay. I mean, man, I'm looking at this. I mean, when you look at these classes, though, at 04, Eli Manning, 4 Pro Bowls, 2 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, Walter Payton Man of the Year. Shout out to all the good guys. Phillip Rivers, 8-time Pro Bowl, comeback player of the year. Big Ben, 6-time Pro Bowl, 2 Super Bowl champions, 2 Super Bowl championships, 1 offensive rookie of the year. And then even Matt Schaub, 2-time Pro Bowl. Like, that's,
underrated career.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
He led the league in passing at least for a season or two as well. Like
I definitely think the deepest class, though, is that 2012, bro.
Easily.
That's crazy. When you look at Andrew Luck, 4-time Pro Bowler, comeback player of the year. RG3, 1 Pro Bowl, offensive rookie of the year. Russell Wilson, 6-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ, 2 Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah.
Nick Foles, 1 Pro Bowl, 1 Super Bowl, 1 Super Bowl MVP. Shout out to Nick on that. And even Kirk Cousins, 2 Pro Bowls, man. Shout out to Kirk, Captain Kirk in the building. That class
does Case Keenum have a Pro Bowl? He had a good season with the Vikings. Yeah. So, I mean, for him to be undrafted and be a starter / journeyman.
Remember, he was the 4th rounder. Nobody even everybody looked at that like, why would you pick him when you just picked RG3?
Yeah.
Hey, that's crazy.
No, that class definitely has some depth. Yeah. The only argument is, I guess, just the top guys. You would take 04 over 2012.
Yeah, well, and I look at 3. Because at first I was like, okay, if we're talking Super Bowl hardware, I said, man, Eli and Ben both. That's 4 Super Bowls total right there. Eli with the 2 Super Bowl MVPs. I was like, Nick Foles has a Super Bowl MVP. Russ Wilson has a Super Bowl, no MVP. So I'm like, even if we're just talking top flight like that regard, all the hardware is still in that first 04 class. And then I'm like, when we talk about Phillip Rivers, people argue like where he ranks in that particular quarterback class, but his 8 Pro Bowls are still more than any of these guys in the 12 class. Like,
yeah.
And I feel like with Luck retiring early,
that hurts.
It does hurt that class.
Yeah, because I would take all 3 over Luck easily. Yeah. You would put Wilson in the mix between those 3.
Yeah, he's definitely in that mix. He's
like
in that conversation.
You can make arguments. I mean, they have some years on Wilson still, so his career still has to play out.
But that dude's
But outside of that, I mean, you would put all 3 of those guys over Luck, and then anyone else.
Yeah, it's not even close to anyone else. Yep.
Yeah, but they do have depth. They go like 5, 6, 7 deep here, and just like competent quarterbacks. So I definitely agreed with 2012.
Yeah, then that third class, 2001, Mike Vick. Wow, Drew Brees. I mean, dude,
that's about all we're going off of.
Yeah, that's all you need though, bro. When I looked at Drew Brees, I said 13 Pro Bowls, 1 All-Pro, Super Bowl MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. Vick, 4-time Pro Bowl, comeback Player of the Year. And Vic was just the Madden cheat code. So the fact of that, I'm like, bro, I don't care.
The game.
Like, dude, and he's from the Chris 757. And he was a former teammate of mine, man. So shout out to Vic on that, baby.
Yeah, you're just going off of those two and saying whenever you stack them up to the other top 2 quarterbacks in a lot of these draft classes,
dude, like those are dogs.
Yeah,
they stand and they could hold their own in any class.
Yep.
Shout out to Quincy Carter too, man. I had to throw him in there just because I was a Cowboys fan growing up, and I had to endure the Quincy Carter years. I endured that.
I did have him marked down.
I endured those years, bro.
I mean, I'm not gonna go to war for him.
Not at all. But I endured those years, man. I was like, God, Quincy Carter. Oh man, God, come on, Quincy. God, what are you doing to me?
All right, so here's where the discrepancy is. 4 and 5.
So my 4th class, I had 2005. And with that class, you got Aaron Rodgers, Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP, 8-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro. He said Alex Smith, 3-time Pro Bowler. Ryan Fitzpatrick, still over 32,000 passing yards, 200 touchdowns. I said, man, those 3 right there. I feel like Aaron Rodgers, he's the face of it. Obviously, he stands out. The same way we talk, like you talk about Brady, and we're looking at Chad Pennington and Mark Bolger. I said, man, Aaron Rodgers, Alex Smith, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I take those 3 against that class.
That's why I have this class over the 2000. I have this class at 5. You have them at 4.
I thought you had
I have the Mahomes Watson one over
at 4, and then I thought your 5 was. You did end up going with this one. Okay,
I went with this one at 5, just because. Yeah, you have those 3. So you put Aaron Rodgers up against Tom Brady, obviously I'm taking Tom Brady, but the difference isn't as much as Rodgers versus Wentz.
Not at all.
So then you have Alex Smith.
Well, and the thing too, if you're comparing those two, if we're talking just raw, like who's the better quarterback from a talent standpoint, Aaron Rodgers. We're talking about the winning element of it, though.
Stats, yeah. Rodgers stats.
That goes into it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, you said it like
you.
it was about like stats. Like, hey.
There's some intangibles.
No, you pick and choose when you want to talk stats. Keep it consistent. That's all I'm saying.
I'm helping your point though.
No, you know how I don't need any help. I'm good on my point.
So then,
I said, Aaron, the only reason Brady is viewed how Brady is viewed is because of the 6 Super Bowl champions. That's it.
His stats are there.
No. His stats, yes, he has stats. But if he only had 3 Super Bowl championships, we would not view him the same way. That's all I'm saying.
That would be a legit argument, like between him and Rodgers.
Right.
But
because mean, the 6 wins, the 6 Super Bowl rings, man, it's hard to argue that. It's the Jordan argument, man.
Dude, don't knock it though.
I'm not. I'm just saying,
that's 3 extra rings.
No, it's huge. I agree, man. I agree. he earned them.
Yes.
Yeah, he definitely earned them, man.
So then obviously, Smith over Bolger, even as much as I don't like Alex Smith. I mean,
he's 3-time Pro Bowl. He's done some big winning.
Yes.
He done had his AFC Championship games.
And then Fitzpatrick versus Pennington.
Give me Fitz all day, every day. I don't care.
I told you, I don't really.
Shout out to my other former teammate right there.
Pennington had a career. He had a solid career, but
now which Pennington do you like more though?
What do you mean, Dolphins or Jets?
Yeah.
Neither. I mean, I don't want him as my quarterback at all. He can't throw the ball over 30 yards. I mean, that's not my type of quarterback.
All right.
So, just for this sake, I would definitely take Fitzpatrick.
And shout out to Cal Orton, man. He's in that class too, bro.
And then Matt Castle and Derek Anderson both had a Pro Bowl too, even though I don't really like them as quarterbacks either. But they had a solid season or two.
They definitely did, man.
So I got them. Yeah, I got them at 4. I got them at 5. You got them
I have them at
4.
4. Yeah.
So I mean, there's not too much.
Yeah, because Matt Castle, I mean, he had the 2 seasons. That 1 year when Brady got hurt.
He had a really good year with the Chiefs.
Yeah, and that
first
year over there, yeah.
So I got them 5. You got them 4. I don't really have much. I mean, I was debating on putting them 4 anyway versus Mahomes and Watson.
Yeah. Now we go to the 5th one because that's where you have.
So
Mahomes
I guess
at.
this is where we could. No, I got Mahomes at 4. I got them at 4.
Yeah, I'm mixing them up. Yeah.
But either way, I think our main discrepancy is I got the Mahomes Watson because they're in my top 5.
Yes.
Even though they're at 4,
and they're not in my top 5. I have 08 class.
Yeah.
So ready to go? So the reason why for me, I'm like this, man. Anybody that's only played 3 years now, going on 4. I'm sorry, I'm not putting them up that. We've already had this conversation. We talked their all-decade team. You were willing to put guys who played for 3 years in an all-decade team versus guys that have played for 10 years in his all-decade team. For me, I'm not doing that. I'm not about to sit here and crown Deshaun Watson over 3 years. I'm not. Mahomes, okay, cool. Mahomes is showing crazy. Yes.
Mahomes carrying this draft class.
But I'm not worried about, bro, I'm not, because Matt Ryan, a Super Bowl appearance, MVP, All-Pro, and 4-time Pro Bowl.
I'm taking Mahomes over. If we're stacking Mahomes versus Ryan, then I'm taking Mahomes
3
easily.
years. 3 years.
He's
So
done more than Matt Ryan.
Look like?
What? He's already done more than Matt Ryan.
Whoa, how you figure? He won a Super Bowl. That's it.
Super Bowl MVP regular season as well.
Matt Ryan would have had Super Bowl MVP if their team didn't. Shout out to Kyle Shanahan. Whoa, they won 28-3.
We're blaming it all on Shanahan here.
Are we not?
I mean, Matt Ryan was playing the game too.
He calls the calls.
He wasn't making the best decisions.
He calls the calls. Does he not?
Come on.
Matt Ryan has an MVP season. Mahomes has an MVP season.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So what are we saying? You acting like it's that big of a difference? It's not.
Yeah, Mahomes got the Super Bowl. I mean,
okay.
Come on.
Who else got a Super Bowl out that class?
Huh?
Out your class that you're talking about?
What do you mean?
With Mahomes in there. Who else has a Super Bowl?
Are you going to bring up Flacco here?
Not only a Super Bowl MVP as well.
Come on, dude.
Does he not?
Come on.
Does he not?
I'm taking Deshaun Watson over him.
Deshaun hasn't done no big winning.
No. All right, hold on. I'm taking him if I'm starting a team. Legacy, I'll give you Flacco.
So what are we talking about then?
I'm taking Mahomes over Matt Ryan.
Okay, but that's a wash. I look like to me. I'll say okay, wash, or we can lean towards Mahomes being the better quarterback. Cool. But what I'm saying is that gap isn't as different as I feel like Joe Flacco's career over Deshaun Watson's career. Give me Flacco right now.
I don't know.
What big win has Deshaun done in his 3 years?
Let's see how his career plays out. But
exactly. Let's see how it plays out. But to say right now, think about Andrew Luck.
I gave you Flacco over Watson in terms of career. Yes.
I'm like, think about Andrew Luck, right? When he first started out, we was like, yo, this about to be that guy. He's the next man. He's the next Brady. He's the next this and that. And then the injuries jumped on him. And then he ends up retiring. RG3, the first year, godlike. Second year, man, he's come back from the injury. See how that looks out. Third year, you don't really know no more. Fourth year, fifth year, it's a wash. It's done. So for me, I'm not about to crown a guy. That's why when I saw they had the 18 class at 19, I'm like, bro, I'm not putting Kyler Murray class up here. The boy had 1 year in the league. How we want you gonna crown a guy for 1 year in the league? Anyone can do it once.
See, I'm looking at Flacco, even though I would give Flacco the edge even as a Nick Foles type.
I don't.
I'll give him the edge.
No, you slight Nick Foles. Nick Foles had a Pro Bowl season before winning the Super Bowl.
Okay. Well, yeah, we could put Nick Foles over Flacco then to even help my argument.
I'm not putting him over it. I'm just simply saying like he's had that before.
I'm just saying I see them in the same light. I mean, they had a good run in the playoffs. They had a one,
not a good one, a great run.
Yeah, both
you won a Super Bowl and an MVP.
I'll give them.
It's
great,
a lot
yes.
of quarterbacks that don't have a Super Bowl MVP.
Stop, man. I'll give them.
Is it not?
I'll
am
give
I
them.
lying?
I'll give.
If I'm lying, stop me.
Dude,
are there quarterbacks?
There's writers and I don't know who's voting for this stuff.
MVPs.
I don't know who's voting for this stuff, but
all I'm saying
they're
is
biased and they don't know what they're talking about.
No, because they realize that quarterbacks aren't the end all be all. So you have to earn that MVP. You can't just get it because of your name. Brady hasn't won an MVP every year he's won the Super Bowl. Shoot, the last Super Bowl, Julian Edelman got it. He hasn't got it every time.
He deserved it that year.
Ooh, Brady or Edelman?
No, Edelman, yeah.
I'm simply saying. So the two Super Bowls that some people have
at least
won.
co-MVPs in the 08. At least.
Why?
Dude, just watch the final drive. I'm telling you.
But you can't say the final. That's what I realize your issue is. You will value the short term over the longevity. No, that's your go-to.
But they gave it to Holmes based off the final drive as well.
Listen, because he was already doing what he needed to do. That's all I'm saying, man. You can't just, hey, man, what he did in his last 30 seconds outweighs the whole
60
game.
yards probably came on that final drive for Holmes.
He still balled out. He was clutch.
He
was the reason why. So you could make the argument that Ben is clutch and he's the reason why. But when I say that same word that you were about to say for San Antonio, you look at me like I'm crazy.
No, I know San Antonio was clutch.
He stepped up. He was the reason.
I mean, if that first play doesn't happen, obviously
he steps up.
I'm gonna give you a recap real quick.
He stepped up. He's the reason why.
First play of that drive, we get an offensive holding, and this is kind of what was typical this whole year. Our offensive line was terrible. We were always backing ourselves into a hole. Yeah. Big Ben was scrambling, clutch drives, it was the whole year, and it happens again in the Super Bowl, the biggest stage. We're backed up, I don't know, on the 10-yard line. Big Ben drops back. He's about to get sacked, scrambles around. It's an unreal play, and then finds Heath, and I don't know if we got a first down on that play. Yes, for catching the ball. Yes, and going forward.
What?
Yes. But
everybody works together, bro.
That was a huge play by Ben.
It was.
It's a huge play. Third down to Nate Washington.
Which play is bigger, that play or San Antonio catching in the corner of the end zone?
Well, he dropped the first one.
Okay, which play?
He dropped an easier pass.
Okay, which play was bigger though?
Which play was bigger? I mean, obviously you're gonna say the catch, but if the first play doesn't happen, the catch doesn't happen.
Bro, why do you do this when it comes to Ben?
I just think he should have got MVP, or at least co-MVP.
You will diminish somebody else's success to big up Ben.
I'm not.
Ben is already enough. Ben is Ben. We know this. But bro, this is crazy.
You're ripping on him versus Foles and Flacco with their.
On him. No, I'm not ripping on him. What I'm saying is this: you're trying to downgrade Joe Flacco. And Nick Foles they got a hot run in the Super Bowl. It's like, bro, that's not a hot run. They are Super Bowl champs and Super Bowl MVP. So when I bring up Ben, it's to show you that, hey, we know Ben is a Hall of Fame quarterback, a first ballot quarterback, right? But you see how hard it is to win a Super Bowl MVP, right? Oh, so don't give me that look when Ben doesn't have them. So you see how hard it is to win that. So the fact that Joe Flacco and Nick Foles has that says something about them.
You know how we say popularity contest? That's what I'm leaning
so Joe Flacco was the most popular Raven during that time?
I mean,
not even close.
No, I mean, if you have a good game, you give it to the quarterback. You give it to the guy you like.
No. Don't stop. Don't try that.
I'm just talking it out. I don't understand why Ben didn't win. I really don't.
Who made that rule up?
Huh?
Who made that rule up? They give it to the popular guy?
I don't know.
San Antonio was not as popular as Ben Roethlisberger doing that Super Bowl win.
I'm trying to understand why Ben didn't win. That's all. I'm just trying to understand it. Dude, he should have won. But
maybe the voters weren't biased.
I'm cool with Holmes winning it though. I mean I said Holmes.
No, but you said though. You said I'm cool with Holmes winning it though.
I'm good with him winning it because
if it would have been Ben, it's like yo, Ben got that. Like if Ben goes out here this year and they win the Super Bowl and Ben gets MVP, it's gonna be a totally different tune from you. Not I'm cool with Ben getting MVP. It's gonna be like you gonna come in here with the Ben Roethlisberger MVP tattoo on your forehead. Like I already know where you're going with this.
You'll never hear the end of it,
right?
No, but here's the thing.
And the thing is this, man, Ben is elite. We know this. It's nothing to take away from Ben. Ben record speaks for itself. Ben's career speaks for itself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, bro, stop knocking down other guys just because you know what I'm saying, Ben don't have this right here or doesn't have that right there, man. It's all right, bro.
Well, I wanted to give you a little behind the scenes too as to why with Santonio Holmes, like I'm good with it. I actually predicted it before the game. Like if we go back on my text messages to my boy back in 2008, I texted him, I said,
on the flip phone?
Yep, singular. I said, I got a gut feeling about Holmes winning this MVP here. I think he's going to step up big. So I even predicted it.
Okay.
So I have a reason to like pump up my chest and say, yeah, Holmes MVP. But I saw what my eyes saw.
Because you
that
said
doesn't
that
make sense,
because you just wanted to say something hot at the time, and that was the hot take that you could think of. But then deep down, your heart was like, "But I wanted Ben to get that MVP." No, what did I do? Oh God, no! I betrayed you, Ben.
No, that's not.
That's what it was, bro.
No,
and now you've been living ever since then, regretting that decision, bro.
No, Holmes is a Steeler, man.
I ain't tripping. You know me.
I just call it like I see it and what I'm thinking.
You do not call it like you see it. Stop that,
dude. If we went to Super Bowl with like AB and maybe I would have made a call. Man, I got a gut feeling. I was gonna win Super Bowl.
But you would have wanted Ben to win it though.
I do want Ben to win.
Exactly. So just don't give me this gut feeling
just
stuff.
so I don't have to deal with these arguments, man, of people ripping on Ben and
it's not ripping on him. It's just it's a legit conversation. That's it.
Well, but this goes back to Flacco and
Foles.
Who's the other one? Yeah, Foles versus Watson. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think I know you want to say Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl run,
right.
Which I'll give you that. I'm a big fan of that type of stuff. We know that. I like the
clutch moments.
Yeah, I like all that. But still, they haven't done anything in the regular. I mean, Foles has that really good regular season. I'll give you that. The one where he has like 27 touchdowns, 2 picks. Came in for once one of the regular seasons and played pretty well.
All I'm saying is, if you compare Flacco's regular season numbers to Deshaun Watson's regular season numbers, it's not crazy like you think it is, bro. That's all.
I'm saying is, Flacco doesn't have a regular season close to Watson. He has 2014 where he has 27 touchdowns, 12 picks, but that's his best one.
Okay.
Outside of that, 22 and 10.
The touchdowns. Remember, I thought you said touchdowns overrated, man. You can get down there and just hand the ball off. Isn't that what you said?
I'm sorry, I misspoke. I spoke a little soon. He's got one.
You spoke a little soon. See,
he's got one that's 25 and 10 for touchdowns, interceptions. Another one that's 22 and 10. So those are all right.
Whoa, still, are you about to all right a 20 and 10 piece?
But
is that what we're doing?
I mean, he doesn't have anything to back up those seasons.
Why are you hating on Joe?
Deshaun Watson has 19 and 8 his rookie year.
Okay.
26 and 9 his second year.
Okay.
26 and 12 his third year. 2 Pro Bowls, and he's got 4,165 yards and 3,852 in his second and third year.
All I'm saying is we're trying to compare the two different generations of passing. We already talked about this before.
Did I mention the rushing too?
I don't care about that. How many big wins does he have?
What
playoff wins does he have?
He's got one.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
That was his big. That's his marquee win, right?
He's only been in the NFL for 3 years, though.
Oh, so now you're gonna say he's only been in the NFL for 3 years? I don't care. When we're comparing quarterback classes, give me the dude who's been in there longer.
I said I'll give you Flacco's career, but I'm still taking Watson over Flacco if I'm picking a team.
We're talking about this class, though.
I know, but then we're going Mahomes versus Ryan, and I don't think it's close.
See, you saying that? I think it is a lot closer than you think as of right now. Because he's only played 3 years.
Yeah, he's done more than Ryan.
In what regard? The only thing he's done that Ryan hasn't done is he won the Super Bowl. Whereas Ryan was up in the Super Bowl and they ended up losing to Brady. Which you can't knock him for that. Brady already says the GOAT quarterback.
Mahomes' second year was absurd. 50 touchdowns.
Okay.
However many yards.
They both got MVPs. Congratulations.
Yeah, but Ryan...
They both have MVPs. Congratulations.
Does Ryan even have a season over 40 touchdowns?
Go look it up. They both got MVPs. That's all that matters.
All that matters. I mean,
what are we saying?
That's a little.
There are a lot of quarterbacks who don't have MVPs. There are a lot of guys that don't got MVPs. We know that.
I mean, come on.
We know that.
Why do we got to bring this up?
It's multiple guys, not just one. Because you always think I'm talking about Ben. I'm not. It's multiple. Drew Brees.
He doesn't.
He doesn't have MVP.
Maybe he should have one.
That's
maybe,
the first ballot Hall of Fame.
Maybe,
No, you
maybe
know why he
both
ended up
those
losing it?
QBs.
He ended up losing it the year when Mahomes went for the 50 piece.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So here, I'm looking at... Yeah, you could say there's tiers of MVPs, right? I mean...
Nah, MVP is
why
MVP.
not? I mean, come on.
I'm not about to tier MVP. Oh, it's first tier MVP, second tier. MVP of the league is MVP of the league. That's like me saying, well, Debo's defensive player of the year is different than Troy's defensive player of the year. No. A Depot is a Depot.
MVP is different.
No, it's not.
So he's only got... oh, man. Matt Ryan. So he has one All-Pro. What does
one All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowl. So he has more Pro Bowls than Mahomes right now.
I mean, because he's played so many more seasons.
I don't care. He has more.
And this goes to my point.
I don't care. That goes to my point.
That's why
that goes to my point. I'm not about to put a guy who has 3 seasons over a guy who's played this long. Period. I'm not.
Mahomes, I mean, he already has the same amount of All-Pros.
Okay.
2-time Pro Bowler, so he's only 2 Pro Bowls off.
So that's less, correct? Is 2 less than 4, yes or no?
He's only played 3 seasons.
Is 2 less than 4, yes or no? Is 2 less than 4, yes or no?
How many? I mean, he's played, what, 10, 11, 12 more seasons?
So I'm not about to hold that against him. I think that's great. He showed that he can continue to play.
08 to 19, that is... Jeez, I hate looking at these numbers. That's 12 seasons.
Yeah, I think so.
I hate looking at the numbers. It's weird. You got to add one. Yeah. You got to add one. So that's 12 seasons. Mahomes 3. That's 9 more seasons.
Congrats.
And he's only got 2 more Pro Bowls.
Somebody has more longevity right now.
Same amount of All-Pros.
Somebody has longevity. That's like when Shazier was playing, right? Remember, he was on that trajectory.
Yeah.
I wasn't about to put him in the list of, oh, he's better than the Ray Lewises and all this off of 3 seasons.
But he wasn't in those 3 seasons.
I'm just simply saying, people would make an argument.
No way.
I'm just simply, follow me. People will make an argument. You're just using him
as an example.
Right, as an example. And they were saying, hey, man, well, this guy's 3 years are better than this guy's whole career. No, it's not. 3 years versus a guy that's played 10. I don't want to hear that because I know how tough it is to play 10 in this league. I've seen guys play 5 great years and then fall off. We talked about how Le'Veon had 3 crazy years in Pittsburgh, and then you saw what the Jets look like. I'm not doing that.
That's not his fault.
I don't care what excuse you want to make. I'm not doing that, bro. So Mahomes, you could talk all you want about them 3 years. I'm not putting him over a guy that's got a 10-piece and got all the accolades too.
Where's the big winning? Where's the big winning?
He played in the Super Bowl, did he not? He balled out in the Super Bowl, did he not?
When the moments
he lost to Brady
needed to happen.
So this is my thing. If your only knock is you lost to the greatest player of all time, that's not a knock on him.
28, dude. It was an epic collapse.
Is that a knock on you? You lost to Brady?
It was an epic collapse.
Whoa, you lost to Tom Brady. Whoa.
They were up 28-3, dude.
All I'm saying is
they were up 28-3.
All I'm saying is I'd rather lose to Tom Brady than I ain't even about to drop that name.
Jimmy G?
Aaron Rodgers.
Wait, whoa. Now
you don't like that. Okay. All right, okay.
We're talking about Mahomes, Matt Ryan.
Cool. Hey, all right. That's cool. I'm just saying, you said that, hey, man, he didn't get the big win. You was up 28-3 and lost. I'm like,
Ben's
bro.
got 2.
Who'd you lose to? You lost to the GOAT.
Brady's
lost to Brady.
Brady's lost a few, too.
Okay, you lost to Brady. I'm not tripping if you lose to Brady. I'm not about to hold that against that man. Why?
They were up 28-3. That's why.
He balled out.
No, he didn't. I mean, they lost.
So how'd they get a 28-3?
I mean, wasn't there some defensive stuff going on?
How'd he get a 28-3?
Brady throw some picks.
How'd he get a 28-3?
I can't remember, to be honest with you.
It's all right. Why you hate on Matt Ryan?
I just remember the collapse, man.
All I'm saying is this, bro. It ain't enough.
It's definitely
not enough.
It's not enough. I'm taking Mahomes over Matt Ryan.
All I'm saying is give me Matt Ryan's career over the 3 years of Mahomes.
I'll take Mahomes' career over Matt Ryan's.
I'm not.
I will.
That's where we differ.
Mahomes could retire tomorrow.
We talked about this. You talked about how you would take Le'Veon over Frank Gore's career. You're crazy.
Oh, easily.
You're crazy. I'm not following.
Well, no. That was decade though, so we got to knock off the 3-4.
I don't care.
Of Frank Gore's.
I don't care.
Frank Gore's.
I'm taking
all over
Frank
the place
Gore's
today.
career over a 3-year window. That's just how I live, bro. 3 years ain't enough, bro. 3 years not enough.
Who else is on that 08? I mean, it's just Matt Ryan and Flacco.
Those are the 2 I highlighted. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because they both don't really have depth. Because the third guy on the Mahomes Watson is Trubisky, and I don't even want to talk about him.
Yeah, I guess the third for 08, you could go Chad Henne. He had some success in Miami. Matt Flynn, he popped up when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, but then he got beat out in Seattle by Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he did. He had like 1 or 2 good games at the end of that season.
Brian Brom, you could put him up there if he
probably put Trubisky over any of those dudes. Actually,
I'll put Trubisky over Brom. I think him and Henne are a wash.
Yeah, Wash, but I'll give it to Trubisky for my argument.
But you know what? From our argument, I'll go Matt Flynn because when he's had to step in, like Charlie Batch, right? Like Charlie Batch, when he steps in, he's balled out. He never had a bad performance. It was just Russell Wilson came in and took over.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying, bro. Matt Flynn, man, when he's had the opportunities, when he's balled out. Dennis Dixon. How you feel about him? He's Super Bowl champ, right?
These are reaches here. Trubisky's even a reach for me.
Dennis Dixon's Super Bowl champ, is he not?
But I'll tell you what, Trubisky's stats are definitely better than Chad Henne's.
Dennis lost one, did it? Yeah, Dennis lost that one.
What?
10.
Dennis
Dixon.
I don't know if he was on the roster.
He was.
He was?
Yeah. Josh Johnson. Yeah.
We're reaching here. I mean,
hey.
Trubisky's stats are definitely better than Henne, so
that's two different quarterback eras.
That could bolster my argument a little bit.
You have to. I think
Trubisky made a Pro Bowl, didn't he?
He might. I think he did. I think the thing is this though, man. You have to understand when you're comparing these quarterbacks who played,
even though I think he's
different
terrible,
decades like that, man. The game is drastically different. We talk about this all the time, so you can't just throw in the numbers of Trubisky versus the numbers of Chad Henne when they played in two different
Pro Bowl.
That's what I'm saying.
He did make that Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's unreal. I mean, his numbers weren't bad. I mean, he was just like that Alex Smith type of quarterback, though.
Why you hate on Alex Smith? He's a winner.
No, he hasn't.
He's not a winner?
Regular season, maybe a playoff
Alex
game
Smith isn't a winner?
I mean, if you look
Why
at
are you such a hater, bro? This is crazy.
These are just quarterbacks I don't want.
You're hating on Alex Smith now? This is crazy. Who else you want to hate on today? Who else you hating on today? I know you hated on Drew Brees last podcast. Who's the new quarterback Deke's going to hate on today? Help me understand.
I mean, Kirk Cousins is a staple. Tannehill's a staple.
You're funny.
Those guys are staples. And
You're funny, bro.
I'm going to rip on. Derek Carr's in there, too. I mean,
You're funny, bro.
He does nothing for me.
I mean, he did have an MVP caliber season. That's what y'all
Derek
about
Carr?
wins.
No. He had a good season. He wasn't talked about for MVP.
Are you serious?
He did get hurt and they went down the tubes.
Are you serious? They weren't talking about for MVP that season?
No.
Yes, they were.
I don't remember that.
Yes, they were.
Maybe they were inside the NFL locker rooms. They weren't.
Yeah, that's all that matters, clearly.
I wasn't hearing it.
Clearly, that's all that matters, the NFL locker rooms. What are you talking about?
I wasn't hearing it. I don't remember.
You only hear Ben.
I'm surprised you said that.
You only hear Ben. That's why.
I got my pulse on everything.
No, you don't. You have your pulse on Ben. That's it. Ben. That's it.
Nah, Brady. I know what's going on with Brady.
But you still won't
Rodgers.
But you still won't put Ben over. I mean, you won't put Brady over Ben. But you got your pulse on him. It's cool.
I pay more attention to the top tier guys. These are the guys I'm going to bat for, and this is
okay.
I don't care about the other guys.
Hey, whatever you say,
Cousins, man. Tannehill, get them out of here.
That gives you perspective.
Mahomes is in that class now. He's in my top tier class. I'm going to go to bat for him.
Okay. Okay. Now, are you taking Mahomes' career over Ben's career?
No.
Why not?
I'm just taking Ben, dude.
I'm just asking why.
2-time Super Bowl champion.
He's only one. So 3 seasons, only one behind him.
Come on, dude.
Has a regular season MVP and Super Bowl MVP.
He's better than Matt Ryan, though. We're talking about.
No, because when we talk Matt Ryan's accolades, you said the same thing, right?
You're just trying to get me going. I don't care, man. He got this and that.
Dude. I'm just asking a question.
What's the Matrix, the blue pill or the red pill?
I'm just asking a question.
Hold on, which one's the blue pill? Which one's the red pill? I've never seen the Matrix.
Yeah, the blue one is supposed to like open your eyes and like let you know that this is real life.
Right,
and then the red
I'm starting to take the blue pill right now, and I realize you're trying to get me down a path where I'm ranting. Yes,
give me the other way.
Yeah,
it's cool because I was about to ask you because the same argument you'll make for Mahomes versus Matt Ryan. When we make this conversation about Ben and Mahomes, we can really talk.
Ben's done more than Mahomes, though. He just has.
Ben has a 50 touchdown season?
He's stat pad. I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you. Mahomes is great, dude. Ben's great. I like both QBs.
I'm just asking.
That's a debate for another day.
If you're starting a team tomorrow, who you take it? Let's go! Your life depends on it. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Ben, dude. You already know that. You already know I'm taking Ben. I'm taking Ben.
You are funny.
Come on, dude. I'm taking Ben. I just am, man.
I truly enjoy messing with you, bro. This brings great joy to my heart.
It makes me laugh too. I'm having a good time.
Hey, man.
Actually, there's something, dude. I found this yesterday. Mm-hmm. You'd probably find it hilarious. I don't know why it popped into my head, but my senior year in high school, I wrote a little article. For some reason, I was trying to get like extra like bonus points or something, and my English teacher was heading up the school newspaper, like the online newspaper, and she told us to get extra bonus points, just write an article for the newspaper. And I was doing a sports article, and this was in January of, I think it was 2011, so the 2010 NFL season.
Yeah.
Here we went to the Super Bowl, and the Steelers were about to play the Ravens. The Ravens won the first wild card game against the Chiefs. So I wrote a preview up for that game.
Nice.
And I'm sure you would enjoy reading it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Because I have my playoff bracket predictions. I have the preview for the game and what's gonna happen in the game. Yeah. I was a soothsayer, man. I'm just gonna say.
How accurate were you? Were you accurate?
You got to read it. I'm gonna post it to Instagram.
You should, bro.
I am. I'm impressed with my analysis.
I like that.
There's grammatical errors. I misspelled Pouncey's name. There's a bunch of it's just not the most well written thing, but
it was pure though.
It's pure. That's what I was reading it yesterday. I'm like, man, that's pretty cool that I'm doing what I am now with you.
Like that, bro.
You could tell this is from the heart.
It was destiny, bro.
Yeah, because I didn't go on to write anything about the Steelers again or do any reporting in newspaper. I went to college for marketing, so it's just weird. That's the only article I've ever written about the Steelers.
I like it. Well, we here now.
We're here, yeah.
I like it.
But, dude, you'll enjoy it because there's like the last sentence or two even. Yeah, you'll see it.
Okay.
Anyone that's
I'm going to be checking out for it then, man. Definitely will. So just to wrap up this QB class thing, man. So we both agreed upon 1 to 3. Number 1 class 2004 with Manning, Rivers, Ben, and Schaub. Our number 2 class was 2012 with Luck, RG3, Russell Wilson, Foles, Kirk Cousins. Our number 3 class was 2001 with Vic and Drew Brees. I had my 4th class is 2005 with Aaron Rodgers, Alex Smith, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Kyle Orton. You had the one with Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes.
I had them at 4.
Yeah, 4. And then your 5th class was 2005, and then my 5th class was 2008 with Matt Ryan and Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it, man.
Actually, I mean, those lists were kind of close.
They definitely were.
We're kind of close. Yeah. Top 3, and then we both. And I think, we only had one missing from each other's list.
And the thing that we always bump heads on is longevity versus a guy going crazy and being like the clear-cut best during his time, even if it was shorter. For me, I value the longevity just because I understand like how tough it is to do that. Whereas for you like, hey man, those 3 years, he was the absolute best. When we're talking about Mahomes, like it's clear, like, dude, he's been the guy. And even when we talked about the running backs in the all-decade team, same conversation was this guy reviewed as the best while he was playing, whereas this guy was, even if it was only for 3 years. And that's just the difference that we have with that, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that should make this next segment a little interesting here.
This is going to be interesting. Yeah.
Steelers wide receivers. Pittsburgh Steelers all-legacy team wide receivers.
Yep.
Yes. So I'll let you go first, actually, man.
1 to 3.
Yeah.
3 to 1.
Go ahead. Yeah. Start with number 1, man. Get it out of the way.
AB.
Okay.
Number 1. Easily. No discussion.
Who's your number 2?
Number 2 is, this is tough. This is tough. But I'm going to go Lynn Swan at 2.
Okay.
And number 3 is Hines Ward. I think that's the same list that I had for whenever we did these last year.
Okay. So for me, I have Hines at number 1.
What?
AB at number 2.
What?
Star Wars at number 3.
Dude.
So let's roll, man.
Come on.
So
dude.
let's roll. Let's get it going, baby. Let's go.
Dude, you're just messing with me right now.
Let's go.
Come on.
So are you ready for this?
Come on.
Tell me your argument for why AB. Why AB's number 1 over Hines?
He's just the GOAT. He's
and what?
GOAT.
It's not statistics.
Huh?
Not statistics. So on what?
Are you serious? Dude,
career catches, career yards, career touchdowns. Hines has them.
Come on.
I'm asking.
Come on.
Who has it?
Who are you taking them on?
Who has it?
AB versus.
Who has it?
Oh my goodness.
Who has it?
I can't believe this.
Longevity? Check. Big winning? Check. Super Bowl MVPs? Check. 2-time Super Bowl champ, 1-time Super Bowl MVP, 4-time Pro Bowl. All-time Steelers leader in receiving yards, receptions, and touchdowns. What are we talking about here?
Wait, I don't even know if I want to
let's do this.
Spin my wheels and get my head going with going back with stats and stuff and everything because I can.
In fact, the numbers are better for Hines. I've already triple checked them. Now we will say this: AB does have the better single seasons, right?
He was the best receiver in the league for a 6-7 year stretch.
6? Or was it 3?
I'll say 6.
6. I can tell you for a fact.
I'll say 6.
6. 6 is tough.
If you want, all right.
6.
I didn't think I was gonna have to be debating AB with you. Now I gotta pull him up.
Lot.
So here's the thing.
So
over a 6-year stretch, he was the best receiver in the league.
Okay.
Let me pull it up though. I didn't think I was gonna be having.
Well, because he led the league in receiving for 14 and 17, where he led the league in receiving. He led the league in receptions in 14 and 15.
6. That's 6 from 13 to 2018. AB was best receiver.
13 wasn't the best receiver. 14, yes.
No. I'm saying over that 6-year span, you
said
would say
13 from 14 to 18.
Dude, 13, he had 1,500 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Bro, he still
110 receptions.
They weren't viewing him as the best in 13. They were viewing him as the best in 14.
That's because that was just his first year.
So how can you say he was the best then?
But looking back, no, I don't even.
Looking back, you said he was the best.
I don't even care if you want to argue him top 2 or top 3. Over that 6-year span, he is the best.
Yes, he is the best over that 6-year span, but he was not the best in the league over that 6 years. Don't say that.
Every year, yeah. I mean, you can make an argument every other year
so
between
don't say that then.
him and Julio.
So that's a different conversation there for you to say he had the best. He was the best over 6 years.
He was
because he
over the 6-year span. Yes,
over that 6-year span as a whole, it was the best. Year in and year out, he was not viewed as the best receiver in each of those 6 years.
Top 1 or 2 then between him and Julio season by season. I mean, top 1 or 2 in the league.
So Hopkins don't exist.
Huh?
Nobody talked about Hopkins during that time either, huh?
Still AB's top 1 or 2. I mean,
so it wasn't a debate between Hopkins, Julio, and AB on multiple years. It wasn't a debate.
Do we want to say
three.
top 3? I mean, I'm still taking AB. I don't care.
And out of those 3 guys, I would too. That's my teammate. I don't care what you say.
Even the years that you are considering Hopkins, because AB's 17 and 18, still led the league in receiving yards. Still had over 100 receptions.
Yeah. Well, each of those years, he had 100 receptions from 13 to 18.
Led the league with 15 touchdowns in 18. I'm taking AB still.
Well, and remember, the whole reason why people made the argument of Hopkins over AB was because who was AB's quarterback?
Yeah, he had a goat, but
and who was Hopkins' quarterback?
I don't. Dude, I gotta see. I gotta see when he got Watson, man. I gotta see when he got Watson.
Watson's only been in the league for 3 years.
So here's the thing: he had Watson for the year AB had most touchdowns in the league.
Yes, that was AB's last 2018.
So yeah, I mean, he had who the heck was his quarterback before Watson?
It was a plethora of different quarterbacks. We played and they had TJ Yates one time. I forgot they had TJ Yates. They had the kid from it was like something Heineke.
Why are you doing this, man?
You said it. You said it was clear cut. I'm trying to figure out how.
It is clear cut.
How?
It's AB.
Under what regard?
Do I have to get into the stats here?
You do. You definitely have to get into the stats
here.
Dude,
Hopkins 17 was when Watson first started playing. I mean, he did have a 15 where he had 1,500 yards, but 17 where he had 13 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. I think that's when Watson first started playing. He did get hurt though, but he had a good run with Watson there until he got hurt. And then 18 was when he had Watson, and then 19 no one played. So we're not talking AB versus Hopkins.
We're not. We're talking AB versus Hines.
There's no debate that AB's top 1 or 2. If you want to say 3, still whatever.
Okay, I hear all that.
I'm saying it. I mean,
all I'm saying is whose career is better, AB's or Hines?
AB, man.
Under what? That's what I'm asking you. How do you rate that AB's was better than Hines?
Wait, we're saying career or
dude, they both only played for. Are you gonna count the one game that he played with the Patriots this year? Throw the one game in there then. Career wise, whose career is better, AB or Hines? It's that simple. Career wise, as it sits today, Hines' career is better.
All right, so we're considering this whole career thing.
AB, you can say AB's.
Who's the quarterback or who's the receiver you want tomorrow? You're starting a team. I want AB.
I will say this: AB does have a chance to surpass Hines if AB can come back. He definitely has a chance to surpass him. But as it sits today,
who's a Hall of Famer? We had this discussion.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
AB's a Hall of Famer.
It's debatable.
No.
You said it just so. Hines a Hall of Famer. Is Hines a Hall of Famer?
Hines a Hall of Famer, but AB's
Okay, so there we
tier
go.
above Hines in the Hall of Fame.
It's Hall of Fame and Hall of Fame. If you're not first ballot, then it really don't matter.
Come on. Well, there's tiers, and
You got first
AB
ballot tier and then everybody else, so it really don't matter.
I mean, if we're talking like Terrell Owens and Randy Moss getting in, AB is in that discussion. I know.
And Hines' numbers are better than AB.
I know T.O. didn't get first ballot, but we both agree that he should have got first
I
ballot.
definitely agree.
So AB is in that conversation with those two.
All I'm saying is
Hines Ward isn't first ballot. I would agree that Hines Ward isn't first ballot.
Hines' career speaks for itself.
Speaks for itself. I mean, versus AB 7-time Pro Bowl, 4-time All Pro.
Okay, Hines Ward 4-time Pro Bowl, 2-time Super Bowl champ, 1-time Super Bowl
Where's
MVP.
the All Pro? Where's
the Super Bowl wins?
There's not one point where he was considered a top 5 receiver.
So when has AB had a Super Bowl?
Huh?
When has AB won a Super Bowl?
I mean, now we go back to the whole team game.
I don't want to hear
Defenses.
that. When has he won a Super Bowl?
When has he won a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
He hasn't.
Hines won 2. When has he won a Super Bowl MVP?
Is that AB's fault?
When has he won a Super Bowl MVP?
Come on, man.
When has he won we just talked about how tough it is to win a Super Bowl MVP,
I'm
right?
not pumping those Super Bowls up over AB's consistent production year in and year out.
What?
I mean, I am big on Super Bowls, but like,
wow. Okay, so
compared to what AB has, oh my goodness.
Oh, wait a minute. Who changed the game though in terms of how you're allowed to block as a receiver?
Come on, dude.
I'm just asking the question. Seriously, who changed the game?
Dude,
just a serious question. Who changed the game?
Man.
Who changed the game in that department?
I guess Hines. I don't really know.
Oh, no, not you guess. Hines did. For a fact, Hines did. It's not even close.
What, the rules got changed? I don't know about this.
Yes. The crackback.
I know, obviously, I know he's good at blocking. I mean,
no, the crackback, because they would show the play of him breaking the boy from Cincinnati's
Keith
jaw.
Rivers,
yeah, that was the highlight play of the new rule. You're not allowed to come outside in and hit a defender that doesn't see you. You can't do that. Can't do it. Hines Ward rule. Can't do it. Unacceptable. Fine you. 15 yards on top of that.
I can't believe you got Hines at 1, man.
I can't believe you got AB at 1.
What do you mean? It's not even close.
I'm trying to figure out how's it not close when one's numbers are better than all of them.
He was the best receiver in the game. I mean,
whose numbers were better? Who did it longer?
AB's numbers are better.
No, they're not. Who has more career receptions? Who has more career touchdowns?
More seasons.
Who has more career receiving yards? I don't care. Who played longer? Thank you. You said seasons. Thank you. Add that too. Who's played longer?
More seasons. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Give me the longevity on top of the numbers.
AB's done more in less seasons. 7
Give me the
Pro Bowls,
longevity.
4 All Pros.
Give me the longevity.
No.
Give me the longevity.
AB has the longevity too. Just you're gonna knock him for not playing these couple seasons?
I don't care if it's injuries or self-inflicted. I don't care.
1,000 receptions.
Bro, AB,
Hines.
we know AB's a dog. I feel like both of these dudes should be Hall of Famers. Straight like that. I feel like they both should. They both are elite. They both are freaky in what they do. They both impacted the game in terms of AB being flat out the cream of the crop during those 6 years. Without a doubt, 100%, man. But at the same time, you can't knock Hines for that. Hines was doing his thing too. You sit up here and talk about how Hines is viewed. Man, Hines was up there with those guys. Hines could ball with those guys. Hines should be a Hall of Famer. Hines is, Hines that.
Should be a Hall of Famer.
But now all of a sudden, when we compare Hines to AB and we're bulling up numbers and they back up Hines, now all of a sudden it's, nah, bro.
Facing
man, crazy,
AB?
bro. AB, man, what you crazy?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know about that, man.
I said I would take Reggie Wayne over Hines Ward. I remember talking about this, and I think Hines versus like Torrey Holt, and looking back, I mean,
now you want to look back and knock Hines. Who was Hines quarterback during those times, anyways?
I'm not knocking Hines.
Who was Hines quarterback during his whole career? Who was Hines quarterback throughout his whole career? Because we know
Ben
throughout his whole career,
not whole career. I mean,
no, because we know AB throughout AB's whole career it was Ben. And then the one game that he played, he had Brady.
Okay.
So who was Hines quarterback the whole time? Because that goes back to my argument with Deshaun Watson.
I mean, even when AB had
not Deshaun Watson with DeAndre Hopkins and who his quarterback was during that time.
I mean, this is really tough just because we've only seen AB without Ben for a little bit, like a few games, and he still performed. He still did. There would be games where it wasn't there, but I mean,
we've seen Hines for an extended period of time without Ben. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm looking at it. I mean, 246 yards, 638, 672. All right, he's got some 1,000-yard years. And then Ben comes in and he finishes out his career pretty good.
And not to mention it was in a different era. We already talked about during that era, that's heavy run game. Bust what? Don't sit here and act like that wasn't heavy run the ball era. Was that not heavy run the ball era? Was that not heavy running back and fullback era right then? Was that not? I'm just asking the question. Was it not, Deke? Deke, were they not running the ball back then, Deke?
The first part of his career, I mean, yeah.
So you're going to sit here and say that AB because of AB's 7 years or 6 years were just crazy. But we talked about the different eras. But with Hines, we ain't gonna hold that against Hines though, huh? Hines, you said it right there. This first couple of years, we know they was running the ball heavy. We know he didn't have Ben. And when you look at career standpoint, his numbers are still better than AB's. So in fact, it's safe to say that Hines might have did it with less seasons too. Seasons might average out.
What do you mean? Seasons average out?
Because if you got to account for the 3 to 4 years where
he played 4 more seasons.
Listen, how many seasons did Hines have without Ben?
Actually, not 4 more seasons. Let's say 5 because AB's season last year doesn't count.
How many seasons did Hines have without Ben?
I mean,
how many seasons?
If we have
how many seasons did Hines have without Ben?
If we give AB 5 seasons without Ben,
we will never know.
And that's what we'll never know with the whole quarterback who's gonna be better. We're never gonna know that exactly. Yes, we are gonna know I don't know. I don't know why we're talking about
which quarterback did Hines play with that was better than Ben?
What do you mean?
Did any other quarterback that Hines played with outside that aren't named Ben Roethlisberger, any of them better than Ben?
No.
So that has to go into account as well. So the fact that he still was able to put up better numbers over his career with less quarterback play, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
He played 5 more seasons and he has only...
Listen. You're saying he played 5 more seasons. I'm asking you, how many seasons did he play without Ben at quarterback?
Hold on. He played 5 more seasons.
How many seasons did he play at quarterback without Ben?
160 more receptions.
That's a lot of receptions. How many seasons did he play without Ben?
AB could get that in a season and a half.
How many seasons did he play without Ben?
Dude, what was it? It was like 4 or 5.
Okay, so there you go. That's your wash right there. That accounts for those 5 seasons that you're bringing up, right?
I guarantee AB would put up better stats than these.
It's hard to say. We'll never know.
We will never know.
But we know for this for a fact, though.
It's 6 seasons. I'm sorry.
So he had 6 seasons without Ben.
So I don't know what that has to do with.
That has a lot. You're not listening to yourself. You're saying right here, Hines numbers are better. No, listen. Are you ready? No. This is what you're saying. I'm going to break it out for you. You said Hines' numbers are better.
No, they're not.
Listen.
AB's numbers are better.
They're not. Who has more receptions? Who has more touchdowns? Who has more receiving yards?
5 more seasons.
Listen, you're not listening.
5 more seasons.
You're talking, but you're not listening. Listen.
I'll listen.
Okay, listen. So, Hines' numbers are better over their career. But you're saying that Hines played 5 more seasons than AB.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. AB had Ben Roethlisberger his whole career. Okay. Hines played 6 seasons, you said, without Ben Roethlisberger, right? Hines played 6 seasons without Ben at quarterback. 6. So if you subtract those 6 years because of the quarterback play that Hines was playing with, that we all can agree was nowhere near having the quarterback of Ben, that factors in. That factors in. And when you factor those things out, the numbers, it's not that crazy like you're trying to say. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And on top of that, when we talk about big winning, which is your thing, right? Big winning, Hines has 2 big wins along with a Super Bowl MVP.
Are we really going to say the 08 one big winning there? I mean,
was it not?
It was. But
so what are you saying then?
But we already talked about Ben and Holmes in that game.
I'm not following you.
Big Ben and Holmes.
I'm not following.
In the 08 game.
I'm not following you.
They were the guys.
I'm not following you.
What?
What are you saying?
It's a team game. We've talked about this before.
Hines has 2 Super Bowl MVPs and 2 Super Bowl championships and 1 Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, he was balling out in the Super Bowl 40. I'll agree with that. Does AB have any of those? That's not enough to account for AB being the best receiver in the league.
Oh, so you rather have the best receiver in the league in terms of you rather have the best receiver in the league than a guy who's won 2 Super Bowl championships and a Super Bowl MVP.
It's not AB's fault.
That's cool. No, say hey, cool.
It's not AB's fault.
I got you. I'm cool with you, man.
It's not
cool.
AB's fault, good, man.
It's all good.
You see how he performs in the playoffs.
Hey, it's all good,
Jaguars
bro.
Against supposedly the best defense in the league.
It's all good, man.
Come on, dude.
It's all good.
You know it's AB. 7 Pro Bowls, 4-time All-Pro.
4 Pro Bowls, 2 Super Bowls,
dude.
1 Super Bowl MVP.
Hines Ward doesn't have a season.
Hines Ward numbers are better career-wise.
Any of AB's in that 6-year stretch.
Who has the better career as a Steeler?
It's absurd.
Whose career is better as a Steeler? You tell me.
AB's probably worst season in that 6-year stretch is comparable to Hines Ward's best season.
I don't care. All I simply said was who has the better career as a Steeler.
AB.
How?
I mean, best receiver in the league. I mean,
the numbers aren't adding up. I'm not following you. I asked you who is the best receiver. Who has the Steelers record in receiving yards? Who has the Steelers record in receptions? Who has the Steelers record in touchdowns? Please.
5 more seasons, dude.
And he had 6 seasons without Ben. I want to see if we get the opportunity to see AB play 6 seasons without Ben, then we'll know a lot more. But as of right now, we don't know.
Hold on. Can I just go?
Oh,
Can you listen here for a second?
Oh.
Can you listen here for a second?
Let's hear it, bro. Come on.
All right. Hines has 1,000 receptions.
Okay.
1,283 yards and 85 touchdowns.
Yep.
In 5 more seasons.
Without Ben.
Hold on.
6 seasons without Ben. Because every time you throw in the 5. No. When you throw in 5 more seasons, just throw in 6 seasons without Ben also. Because we've never seen AB without Ben.
I just don't know what that has to do with anything.
It has a lot to do with it.
I don't think it does.
It does. AB's played with a Hall of Fame quarterback his whole career. It has a lot to do with it.
Like, you're confusing me with that whole thing.
No, I'm not confusing you with it.
I get what you're saying.
All I'm saying is we talk about Larry Fitzgerald and his numbers. If he would have played with a Hall of Fame quarterback his whole career versus some of the quarterbacks he's played with, his numbers would be drastically better.
He did have a Hall of Fame. I mean, he had Kurt Warner and Carson. Not Carson Palmer's obviously not a Hall of Famer, but he's
so he had Kurt Warner his whole career.
Kurt Warner and Carson
his whole
Palmer.
career.
Not his whole career, no.
So a large portion of his career then. The majority of his career.
Probably half. Between Kurt Warner and Carson Palmer and now Kyler Murray.
That says a lot. So all I'm saying is this. If AB only had been for half his career, do you think his numbers would be half that good?
I just don't think he's better than AB. Like, I mean, Ben could have been that quarterback then. I mean, because his numbers were similar when Ben was quarterback anyway. I mean,
I'm just simply
his numbers were similar to the years that he was putting up.
If we get the opportunity, I hope we do. Because that'll mean AB's back. He's good. Everything is positive, up and up. I would love to see AB without a Hall of Fame quarterback. Just see what he looks like. I think he's still going to ball out without a doubt because AB is AB. Like, the dude is a monster. Like, man, like, that's why you love him, man. Dude, he's my teammate. Make me happy. Mm-hmm. He got me out of a couple of stadiums. I'm like, yes, thank you, Jesus. AB. Oh, let's go. It didn't hurt. It hurt when he went down this dark path. It's like, no, we don't need that, baby. We don't need that. You better than this. Because you got a chance to be great. Like, I feel like when we talk the difference between Hines and AB, even though I put Hines above AB right now on this list, Hines never, in my opinion, because remember, I didn't grow up a Steelers fan. So outside looking in, I never viewed Hines as, man, this dude is the greatest receiver in the league. He has a chance to be the greatest receiver ever. I never viewed Hines in that vein. I thought Randy Moss was that vein, but I never viewed Hines in that. With AB, we all can agree. AB had a chance to be like greatest all time. We're talking Jerry Rice. Mm-hmm. That's the trajectory he was on. But at the same time, I can't say just because he was on that trajectory that I'm going to put him over a guy who still played longer, had the better numbers. He was going here. He got sidetracked. Now, that's what I'm saying. It's a chance that he could come back and still produce, but he didn't do it just yet. I could put him as an incomplete. That's the grade I give him.
He has done it, in my opinion, though.
But you say that, but when we look at the numbers, they don't add up to Hines.
Can I finish the stats though?
They're number 2 in every category to Hines. So you can continue these stats, but they all are going to be less than Hines Ward. That's all I'm saying, bro.
But I'll just say before I read the stats, in 5 more seasons with Hines. That's all.
But without Ben at quarterback, because AB had Ben Roethlisberger, a Hall of Fame quarterback, his whole career.
Okay.
Which is a huge difference.
I just don't get... Hines Ward had Ben too, though.
You said 6 seasons without Ben.
Okay, so, I mean... That's still 5 more seasons.
Bro, you're not listening to yourself. You're not listening to yourself. 5
more seasons in general.
So what did this season look like without Ben?
Huh?
What did this season look like without Ben?
Dude, we're comparing that to the early 90s. Those early 90s teams were good.
What did this season like without Ben?
It was bad.
Because of what? Quarterback play, right? We talked about quarterback play was bad, right?
Those teams were not like that. Those late 90s teams. Was the quarterback play bad, yes or no? Those late 90s teams were not like this. All I'm saying is this.
So you see there is a difference, right? Between a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback and guys that aren't Hall of Fame. You talk about Kirk Cousins all the time, right?
Dude, who do you have? Cordell? Yeah, see now
Stewart
things are starting to come back to me. Cordell Stewart, who was good. He made a Pro Bowl. Tommy Maddox was good too. I think he made a Pro Bowl. I don't know if he made a Pro Bowl in that good season.
So you putting Cordell Stewart and Tommy Maddox in the same vein as Ben now? This generation Ben? Because you got to remember too. When Hines Ben, he had Young Ben. Young Ben was a young Ben was not doing what Big Ben now does.
We talked about how
we talked about 13-14. That was the year when Ben transitioned to like that other world. When Haley came around, it went to the other world, and it was like, oh, this dude is like talked about totally different now. Totally different. We all can agree on that. I don't care how much you love affair for Ben. I got that. But we can all agree there was a shift in how the league viewed Ben that 13 going on the 14 season. We all can agree. Ben is not just a scramble. He's not just a scrappy guy. Ben can light it up with his arm now. Ben is nasty. That was league wide.
It was tough because I saw his
Hines
fourth.
Didn't have that.
Saw his fourth year, and he was basically the second best quarterback in the league by his fourth year.
We know your opinion is different.
I mean, he was. You just look at the stats. If you
now
want to
let's look at the stats. Now let's look at the stats.
I mean, it was eye test too.
Now let's look at the stats. Okay.
He was. He was second behind Brady. That was Brady's 50 touchdown year. He was, and that was his fourth year. So he was definitely more than capable of being that guy.
Okay.
Hold on. Can I read?
You said that was his fourth year, though, right? That was his fourth year.
Yeah.
So the first 3 years, he wasn't that, right?
I mean, he was. I mean,
and those years, but wait a minute. In those 3 years, though, they still count on Hines' career, right? Oh, okay. Just throwing it out there. So it's kind of like
I'm not knocking.
So it's kind of like he had 9 seasons. Hines had 9 seasons without Hall of Fame player quarterback.
No, not at all.
That's what you're saying.
You
just said that fourth year was when he was like, yo, he's coming to his own. He's that guy, right? I said it was 13-14. You said it was fourth season.
Wait, I'm so confused by this because it has nothing to do with Ben's first 3 years. I still think Ben was great in those first 3 years.
So you're gonna say that Ben?
Yeah,
you're gonna say that Ben in 17 was just as good as Ben in year 1.
He's gotten better.
Are you gonna say that?
No, I'm not saying.
Are you gonna say that Ben in 16? Was just as good as Ben in year 2?
I'm just confused.
Are you gonna say that
to what I'm just reading here on stats?
No. The reason why is because you continue to say, "Well, Hines played 5 more seasons." That's your go-to, right? Hines played 5 more seasons.
Best receiver in the league.
And what I'm telling you,
Hines was never that. He could have had any quarterback back there. It doesn't matter. He just wasn't.
Hines wasn't the best. I agree with that. All I'm saying is this. You got to account for, let's see, almost 7 years now that we do the math on these numbers, about 7 seasons for Hines where he didn't have Hall of Fame quarterback play, whereas AB's whole career, he's had Hall of Fame quarterback play. So that factors into this conversation. And even with that, Hines still has the better career numbers. That's all I'm saying. So you can say what you
Can I just read the stats?
Go ahead, read it. They're going to be second best to Hines. I've already checked it out.
And I'm going to say 5 more seasons.
And I'm going to say he had been the whole time. We know that. And we know that Hines didn't have been the whole time.
In 5 more seasons.
And it was different generations because back then they ran the ball a lot more. So continue.
So Hines Ward stats.
Mm-hmm. You don't have them. Come on, man.
1,000 receptions. 12,083 yards. 85 touchdowns.
Yep. AB.
I got
841 receptions, 11,263 yards, 75 touchdowns. So a bunch of second place. That's what you just said. Thank you.
10 less touchdowns.
A bunch of second place. And he had a Hall of Fame quarterback his whole career.
That sounds like one season for AB to pick up that work.
Ooh. You know what you didn't bring up though was this.
What?
So since you want to keep bringing up how much, Hines played 5 more seasons, right?
Yeah.
You know Hines only had 14 fumbles in those seasons, and AB in 5 less seasons has 15. Did you know that? No, I'm just asking. Did you know that? Did you? That should go. 5 more seasons.
Man.
5 more seasons.
Oh man, dude, I got nothing.
One got more ball security than the other.
I got nothing.
Like to me.
I got nothing to say to that. This is.
Now you have nothing to say about that. Oh,
this is a reach, man.
Okay. That's a reach.
Fumbles.
Is it not? We're comparing everything. Are we not?
Come on. Dude.
Are we not comparing everything?
That is just taking.
Are we not comparing everything? Are we not comparing everything?
I don't care about that, dude.
Like I said, man, I want AB to come back so he can go ahead and show that he can be the best receiver all the time because he was on that trajectory, bro. He definitely was. But
I still think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer if he doesn't play another season.
I think that's debatable. I do.
Yeah, other people are going to debate that. Obviously, I might be a little biased with that.
Not a little bit.
But I told you, I put him in the same vein as Randy Moss and T.O., and they should have been first ballot. So I agree, but all I'm saying why not him be a first ballot? Hey, man. Hines Ward's not first ballot. He's just not. AB's better.
We already know he's not first ballot. It's clear. It's not.
Right. AB's just better. He just is, dude.
So why aren't his numbers better then?
They are. They are. If you want to do,
read the numbers
if you want to do averages,
you just read the numbers
in 5
off.
more
Did you
seasons,
not?
in 5 more seasons,
In
yes.
7 seasons with not Hall of Fame quarterback play.
I mean, I don't know about that one.
You said, oh, that's right, because Ben in year 1 was just as good as Ben in year 7 in 2017.
No, I just
Ben
don't.
in year 2 was just as good as Ben in 2016. Ben in year 3 was just as good as Ben in 2015.
My point is,
Ben in year 4 was just as good as Ben in 2014. According to you, because not a big of a difference. Yeah, okay.
I just really don't think it's that big of a difference in terms of this debate and why one receiver is better than the other. AB's numbers are just ungodly and compared to Hines Ward's.
Shorter span, bro.
Huh?
Shorter span. One did it longer. One has the better numbers career-wise. That's all I'm saying. So when we're talking career-wise, I have to go with Hines because Hines' career numbers are better.
I'm taking AB as my receiver 1. My team's going to win, man. My team's stacked.
Whatever you say, bro. Whatever you say. And now, who's your third? You said you had.
I have Hines at 3.
1.
I have Hines at 3.
Who's your number 2?
Lynn Swan.
You have Swan. See, this is where we differ again.
What?
Because I got Stallworth over Swan.
Yeah, how do you got this playing out? You got Stallworth at 3.
Yeah, I got Stallworth at 3, AB at 2, Hines at 1. But the reason I have Stallworth at 3 is because, I mean, when you look at accolades, John Stallworth and Lynn Swan's accolades are identical. Identical. Yeah. Both 3 Pro Bowls, both 1 All-Pro, both 4-time Super Bowl champ.
You forgot one thing.
What would I forget?
The Super Bowl championship for Lynn Swan.
What are you talking about?
Or the Super Bowl MVP, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. But when we look at career numbers, longevity, this is where we differ again. You like flash in the pan?
Flash in the pan.
Now, in terms of the length of career, that does sound pretty disrespectful. I'd never disrespect.
That was funny. That was funny.
Lynn, yeah, come on, bro. Lynn's a legend. We ain't about to do that. But in terms of the longevity element of it, John Stallworth played longer. His numbers reflect that. Lynn Swan didn't play as long. Now, granted, they both were dogs. We know that. They both were part of one of the best combos ever. Like, nasty. We can both agree with that. But for me, man, I value longevity because, like I said, it's not easy to do. It's easy to do it for a little bit. Oh, short span, that's cool. I got you. Let me see how long you can do it, though. Whoever does it longer, whoever produces on a more consistent base for the longer term, give me that guy. And Stallworth had to overcome some injury seasons as well on top of that.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, this is close. This is just more personal preference for me. I have Lynn Swan over Hines Ward
and why is
as
that,
well.
By the way?
I'm just taking him. I want him on my outside. I got my receiver too. I need the flash on the outside. I need the Hines running the slot. So I just think if you're taking a guy, well, we talk about Hall of Fame. Lynn's in the Hall of Fame, guaranteed. Hines, I think he should be in, but he's not in yet.
I mean, if we're going that route, then why don't we have Stallworth and Lynn Swan over AB and Hines, since both of those are Hall of Famers? According to that argument you just made right there.
Hines, I just take him over Stallworth. Those
According to that argument you just made right there. You talking around yourself right now, man.
So here's the thing. Those 3 receivers, I mean, you could take any of those 3 for the final 2 spots, in my opinion. I think AB is head and shoulders above any of them.
Hey, man, fair enough.
So it's just, in my opinion, it's personal preference. Like you said with Hines, and this is why it's so much different for me with the whole Super Bowl MVP. I think AB, just in general, everything that he has done is over Hines. That Hines Ward's Super Bowl championships MVP does not make up for just the difference in who the player of AB versus Hines Ward is. Now, when you're talking Lynn Swan, Hines Ward versus Stallworth, like those 3, something to consider because it's also close to me. That I'll give the nod to the Super Bowl MVPs by Lynn Swan and Hines Ward versus Stallworth. Now, if we're talking just straight Swan versus Stallworth. Now going to your point with the whole like the missed games and Stallworth playing more seasons. I mean, Lynn Swan does have, if you look at his Pro Football Reference, games or seasons where he's only playing like 12, 13, maybe 10 games. Yeah. So he's been hurt, and you could use that as a knock against me for using Swan that man, he's not out there. Like that's hurting the team and stuff. But when he was out there, the numbers were similar, even though he wasn't playing the total 16-game seasons like Stallworth. So I'm just taking Swan, man. I need that flash on the outside. I need the big plays. I mean, dude, my team's stacked. I got AB and Swan on the outside. Hines Ward working the slot. I mean, come on. Lev
this
Bell.
Is where we just agree to disagree.
Lev Bell coming out of the backfield. Ooh.
This is where we agree to disagree. So I'm not tripping.
What do you mean?
I'm not tripping. So you said your 3, you have AB, Swan, Hines. I have Hines, AB, Stallworth. And it is what it is. That's the beauty of the game, man.
It definitely is. Yeah, because I feel like I was so shocked when you didn't say AB1. I feel like I
was so shocked when you did.
Like these three, I don't know. Anyone could take, hey, I just prefer this, I prefer that, because everything's like so similar with these three, in my opinion. They were never, actually, I don't know with Swan and Stallworth if they were considered a top, 1, 2, or 3 receiver at the time. But yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone would put them in that class with AB, at least, in my opinion.
Like I said, shout out to the fact that we're all Steelers, and that's all that matters. So yeah, man.
That was fun, dude.
It definitely was. Always is. Know y'all enjoyed it. Know the listeners enjoyed it, man. Always big shout out to them, bro.
Absolutely, man.
Yes,
we appreciate everyone for tuning in.
Stay safe, man. Wash your hands and all that good stuff, man.
Yep.
And until next time.
Peace.